I've been told if I like Japanese games, I need to watch this one because we've got two Chinese players going at it. Neptune, formerly, I'd say top dog for a little while there in China in the Age of Empires community, going up against the new kid on the block that has that #1 spot. This, of course, is Team Elephant's Louis MT, sitting in 5th place on the ladder right now. Neptune over here in the yellow, I think he's sitting about 48th. So typically top of the ladder, actually. And we are going to be on high view. And you know what? I usually vomit a high view. I hate high view, but high view with these civs is kind of cool. Japanese tend to play very aggressive, very fast at castle age. They don't tend to just boom. And Mongols can't really play defensive. We always say with Mongols, if they have to defend, they're losing. This is an attack civ. Anytime they have to turtle, they lose. Gone are the days where you saw 50 outposts and cannon placements everywhere. That's very difficult to scale into. This civ has to be pedal to the metal every single time. I have got something in the works, by the way. I'm actually cooking up something special with Kaivayu to fix this trash map. With any luck, we will have a better version of this map soon. And hopefully, for once, Microsoft will just take the perfect work we create as a community and stick it directly in the game. Because the reason I've been avoiding high view and casting too much high view at the moment is if it reaches late game, it's one of the most tedious maps in the entire pool. And it's all because of these trade posts and these sacred site locations. Trade is too easy, and sacred site victory is too hard. I don't think we have to worry about that here. Battlesoon hasn't really strayed me wrong in the past. If he says the game's going to be interesting, I believe him. Literally, when he recommended the game, I went, is it a boom game? And he went, no. I was like, sold. Firm handshakes all around. Remove trade post and done? No, I don't think you need to do that. You'll see. You'll see what I'm cooking. I'm going to spoil it. So Sheeple looking pretty good for Louis. It should, though, right? You're playing a civ that has the Scouting Falcon as well as the Maneuver Speed Arrow. It should be very difficult for your opponent to get an edge, especially on a map like this. But that is an interesting edge. Did you guys just see that? Really cool detail there. Yellow scouted green going to the corner. I think he even saw the Falcon being thrown at him. So what does he do? He cuts him and then runs ahead. And now Louis has a tricky predicament here because the remaining sheep in this corner should all be going the way of yellow. Unfortunately, it looks like Louis is going to find additional sheep on the way home through the Stealth Forest. And yellow, are you kidding me? How is it you check an entire right side and get nothing? I would feel scammed right now. That's absurd. I can't believe that. There's no sheep here at all. So even though he has the right play there, even though he outpaces Louis, he gets nothing for it. I feel bad for the dude. Now Silver Tree on the way as well. Yeah, so do I need to go on a rant about why this map is dumb? Silver Tree trade. Now the interesting thing actually is that in this matchup, it's very difficult to get this for free because of the fast castle build. That fast castle build comes online so quickly and the Mount Samurai come out so quick that it's very difficult to contest because you won't have YAM network across the map yet and your Keshet count's going to be very low. And the problem that I have in this matchup for Louis is like it's very difficult to stay long-term feudal to scale that Keshet count. You can build a few, and of course this is an army that you're going to want to upgrade. I would say if you can outnumber Mount Samurai, Keshet are actually good against them, but the outnumber detail is paramount. If you are equal in count to Mount Samurai, you will lose every day of the week. So Sheep Hall at the end is going to be, what, 14 to 10. But some of that was from the pasture as well. So actually, Yellow done pretty well here. And remember, on top of this, Yellow, who is Neptune, he has the berries. He has got Tawara. He should be getting Takazaiku soon. Immediately queues it up. And this is going to allow him to search. Like, actually, right now, this is the #1 detail that is allowing insanely fast castle timings. The outpost detail is, of course, a big part because it means aggro civs can't do anything. But this gathering rate on berries, a 50% increase means you're gathering almost one food a second. It puts you at a boar gathering rate, which is kind of bonkers to think about, right? Like, you even have almost as much as a boar here. And if you think about across the map, there are more berries than boars, right? So, like, collectively, there's more food in berries than there are boar in a map, which means you're basically getting boar buff rates everywhere. It's pretty nuts. You may notice that you're seeing a Kura Storehouse, and this might feel like a weird and alienating experience because for anyone who's been watching a lot of Mongol Japanese, you don't see this land map much. In fact, even on land maps, a lot of players have been trying to just go for the Koka Township. The Koga Township, there's multiple reasons you do that usually over Kura. One is these free farms are actually a vulnerability because if your opponent comes in and burns them, he gets paid. And you just keep respawning them, he keeps getting paid. So some spawns, it's terrible. The other reason is actually Koga Township is super effective when your opponent has a loose stone. If the stone is loose, that means their production can be sabotaged. Unfortunately, that's not an option here. Louis MT has a very cozy spawn. Even though you could dive the gold, it just wouldn't have been worth giving up the Kura for. And a Rax drop. So yellow. Double racks? Okay, wait, but this has been scoured. So the play's known about... Onibagisha into Keshiks isn't very good. Not unless you have clear number advantage. What is interesting, though, once you get number advantage, is if you have melee tech lead, then you can actually melt these guys. Keshiks seem really good because of the heal over time, but you always have to remember that essentially a Keshik is a knight with less health, less damage, and as a result of that, less sustain. Right? So even with the heal, the problem is if you're getting shredded so quickly, the lack of bulky armor really runs your numbers up, right? So consider this. You're in a matchup now against Onibagisha. You should be able to beat Onibagisha. However, they're doubling you up, and they're going to double up on the melee compared to you. Right? You're in a game right now, because Louis is going Silver Tree, he's not going to rush blacksmiths, because he needs to use all the golden Keshiks. So if you now rush your melee tech, which he's doing, then you are going to have an insane damage burst here. So over 50% of the damage for the Onibagisha is going to go through. This is interesting when you do the calculations. So you hit for 8 damage. That means 5 is going through armor. You attack basically twice for every Keshik attack. So you're having 5 damage go through. Your opponent is doing 15 damage. And you cost less than half of what your opponent does. This is wild. And it's going to get wilder. He's going to go for the Katana Bannerman. Daimyo is being upgraded. So with 8 damage, you're going to get a 15% increase. That's actually going to put you an extra 1.92. 1.2 rather. So you're up to 9.2. At that point, 60% of your damage is going through armor. And it's about to get even wilder. Dude, this build is so cool. How have I not seen someone do this before? I've seen Mass Yumi against Keshiks, and I really like it on 2TC. This is so much wilder. Jumps in straight away. Onibagisha going to trade out. One Keshik goes down. Second one going to be targeted. This is a bad fight for Louis to be taking. Oh my god. And he can't back away because if he does, the trade gets shredded. New wave of Keshik's going to arrive. So this is where Yellow needs to slow down. He needs to regroup his troops because he's got way too many Keshiks in his face. Katana Bannerman is now being queued up. If he gets over here, this can be a complete stack wipe of what Louis got. Time being, he has to keep running away. This is another thing that's stupid though, right? Like the 1.5 movement speed, the Keshiks can't actually kill you. Second wave Onibagisha arrive. You need the melee tech ASAP. He just queued it up. Oh my god, but by the time you get it, Neptune can just block your trade. And if the trade gets blocked, Blacksmith techs, Keshik scaling's out the window. At that point, Louis will have to switch to archers. This is such a wild build. It's so cool to see another build where the Japanese can play Feudal. Because I'm a big believer that Onibagisha is hard to justify in Feudal Age because scaling them is very expensive. But this is the matchup. This is the way. Even Undermesh being prepped. So yeah, Neptune is stealing my heart right now. He already understands it. Wait, is this Pro Scouts? He's building an extra scout. There's no way this is Pro Scouts. It might be. I don't want to take my eyes off the action, though. We'll check back in a sec. Torch is out. It's going to force the fight. Keshik's going to move faster, but they're going to want to run away with that movement speed. Onibagisha standing their ground. They've got the Katana aura there as well, so the damage increase comes in. Looks like the Onibagisha are going to get cleared up, but it comes at a high price for Louis. And then suddenly, we are seeing spears being queued up. Now, you might be wondering, why would he wait this long to get spears? I think he was expecting some sort of pivot into archers sooner, which, if it's going to be archers, then Horseman plus Onibagisha is the better way of going. But considering Louis is just doing a one-dimensional comp now, Spearman is going to catch him off guard. What is this build from Yellow? I can't wrap my brain around it. And also, why is the stables taking so long to even get these scouts out? That must have been a misclick. There's no way this is going to be pro scouts. You don't need it, right? Which sounds weird to say against mass Keshiks, but because you've got Onabagusha, you have to think of this as like cav on cav, because it really is cav on cav, because Onabagusha are that quick. Louis has to protect his trade. So as long as you keep posturing, you can play pocket economies, and you should never get attacked. And boy, is he playing them. This is what's allowing him to fund this, by the way. If this was deer, it wouldn't be quick enough. This is so cool. In fact, he's playing both deer as well as the berries. He barely has any food workers at home. It's just the ones around the farms. Right? All the sheep are already gone. This is exactly why people don't usually build this many Onabagishas, because you just run out of food too quickly. You know what's wilder? If he can take out these outposts, Louis riding blind in the forest. That's dangerous against Spearmen. You can just run in and suddenly find yourself skewed. Spearmen have now been added in, and all of a sudden Louis now needs time to get into the archers. This timing might be exactly what Neptune needs. Whoa, okay, that was a mistake. Spearmen need to lead the way, not the Onabagusha. So, a missed micro there by Neptune. Louis should not be able to win this fight now, though. The Spearmen are finally getting their hits in. And that's it. He's going to lose access to his trade. Oh, wow. Torches out. Immediately turns onto it. There's 2 villagers inside there as well. And all of a sudden, this entire eco lead that Louis has is going to disappear. 14 workers worth, not able to work. The only option is to trade elsewhere, but the other trade post is in a terrible location here, considering where the enemy army is. It's not an option. This is so cool. So, he's still got a few Spearmen locked in, but not many. It's just now mass Onabagusha. This might seem like a furrow, but it makes sense, right? Because he should expect Neptune should expect Louis to build archers. If he builds archers, remember, Bagisha are better. Instead, now he's going to take that extra food and put it into horsemen. What a cool build. Stable's going to have to pack up and move away. Another outpost going to be sacrificed. That's really annoying. The Yam being removed means you just have less control over the fights of the Keshiks. Also, if you somehow now snake trade, it's going to be slower to return investment. Green's got to be thinking, he's maybe going to tech up now, right? No. Neptune is not looking for a tech up at all. Bisha now starting to reach into the trade. So dive on the TC. I don't recommend this. This is a bit too greedy right now. You need to slow it down. It's a lot of Big Isha, but not enough to end the game. Meanwhile, Keshik raid. Oh my god, that's where the rest of the army was. So this is free. This is free real estate right now. The traders are in a panic. Oh my god. Oh, Neptune doesn't need to eat his heart out. Instead, he's just going to eat Louis. I can't believe this. The entire eco lead is just gone. What a sick play. And he still has 30 Onabagusha. Keshik still trying to raid on the other side to make it a more even trade. It's just over time, you're losing your mass here, right? Like, Keshik count is down to 7. He's got a few more defending at home. But no doubt about it, folks. Neptune got good value out of this raid. Correct choice by Louis, though. Like, I don't think he misplayed this. He needed to try and attack the eco. Because he understands, right? When you see this many Onabagusha, this is an important read for you to make as a player yourself when you're playing the game. If your opponent has this many Bagusha, he is definitely gone into pocket resources. Because you wouldn't be able to afford a farm transition and field this many units this early. Now, the other cool thing about this build is it kind of pays for itself over time. And what I mean by that is because you keep gathering so much gold, you're gradually getting the daimyo levels. Right? Look at the gold state. He's down to the final 1,000. He should unlock the second daimyo level with that remaining amount, right? At that stage, 50% bump up on the farms is when you can actually afford to justify going into additional farms. Sure. Into the choke points he goes. This is a very sad-looking Mongol player. Neptune's just trying to do his part to help the Mongols get buffed next patch. Onabagusha jumps straight in. I mean, this is just a losing fight for the Archer mass. Even the Keshiks can't hold this back. Spearmen are arriving to guarantee it. I think this game is over. It shouldn't be this wave, but look at what's happening now. Yellow slowed it down. It's finally castle time. What a sick game. And trade's still being blocked out, right? So that's not happening. Keshik raids are proving a little bit annoying. The problem in this game now is Louis' eco is out of bounds, right? Like, he has a lot of food coming in, just not enough gold. If you get Castle Age right now, you'd be able to push this back. It's just relentless. All right, screw Castle Age, says Neptune. Why? Who needs Castle Age? You've got Onibigisha and Feudal. Oh my god, villagers with their shivs out is the worst thing to have to do against Bugisha. So Eco mostly survived that, but a lot of them are looking worse for wear. Catching raids in the meantime at least kept things competitive, but the count is now down to a total of 6. Can't believe this, dude. He's actually not going castle all game. I'm calling it. And I think that's the name of the video, right? Who needs Castle Age? You've got Bugisha and Feudal. Oh, this is sick. And this is disgusting as well. Look at the health bars on these guys. Even just a few horsemen and spearmen do the work now. Wild game. Bugisha also... No. If he realizes... If he just drags north now... That has to be GG, right? If Louis gets caught here, if he doesn't react straight away, he's dead. Oh, I don't like that from Neptune. Leading with the horseman may have been a mistake there. If he waited for the Bugisha, that's at least 5 villagers dead. Instead, Louis dodges death there. However, you cannot dodge it for much longer. Look at the map. This is getting so claustrophobic. There's barely anywhere that the Mongols can hide. I don't think Louis played this wrong, by the way. I just think Neptune played it right. Louis has tried to force the narrative elsewhere. He's tried to send Keshiks on raiding patterns time and time again. But he's been overwhelmed, and then Neptune has mirrored those moves. This is sick play. This is showing that even though Mongols are seen as the aggressor in Feudal Age, Japan's no pushover. And are you kidding me? He's taking the food from right under Louis' nose. Oh my god, really? No. So Louis expecting him to play the berries because he doesn't see that he's gathering the berries right next to Louis' base. Oh my god. I hope Neptune's back for good, man. I've missed this guy. This is cool, actually. Like, Neptune used to be more of a greedy, boomy player, and I'm just going to call it what it was. I think he was... I don't want to say he was totally boring to watch, but, like, he played a lot of China. And we all know what China was back then, right? It's quite a snooze fest. This is refreshing, man. This guy should just main Japan. Keshik raids are now just being intercepted constantly. Onibigisha Mass getting ready to ride on in. Archers once again after a retreat. It's so difficult to try and kite this, though. The movement speed is just too big. And I'm wondering, like, are we getting close to just going castle at this rate? It's just so much damage output. Keshiks, I don't think the number has really increased anymore. His food income is abysmal at this stage. And he's still losing more traders. This is absolutely insane. Yo, what's up, MSN? Just in time to learn how to play Feudal Japan. More villagers going down. I mean, this is just getting harder and harder. I just don't see the way anymore. I said it a few minutes ago, but I'm truly convinced now. This is the way. Maybe if he runs out of food, that's the recovery point for Louis. I'm just hesitant to say he's going to have much of an economy left at that stage. He's out the deer as well. Louis is shivering in a corner. He's abandoned his main base to hide elsewhere. What could Louis have done different here? Probably getting archers a bit sooner would have made sense. I feel like I can't fault Neptune. The way he used this map, the hidden info of high view, and the timing was sick. The way he used the map as a whole. Like, this is one of the best usages of high view I think I've seen. And you know what he proved as well? You don't have to camp and go late game. He had no patience for it. It's so smart as well because that's where Louis wants to be. And Louis never getting there. Raid comes in on the villages. More going down. I don't know if this is how Neptune would always play it or if this is a reaction to Louis MT as a player. We know that Louis loves and thrives on the late game. He's just not allowed to get there here. Louis, I'm wondering, is he just going to rush castle? Because I feel like it's his only way out now. Level 2 daimyo's coming in. This is what I was talking about. This is where you add in farms. This is crazy. Like, now with level 2 daimyo, he could do this forever. Because he just needs to transition farms. They're efficient now. I don't think he's going to get that deep, though. I think this is it. That's way too many Bugichas. All my single ladies to the front line. Let's take it. Louis MT. Barely any army left over. The wild part is this is all without the bannerman now. The aura hasn't been there. It's about to arrive. Glow comes in. And now it's time to glow up everything around you. Harrislet's on the way, but unfortunately they're going to be a little bit too slow. Villagers panicking, trying to keep this alive. But there's no way you can beat the Bugisha. Looks like the Keshiks are going to raid underneath the outpost. Harrislet's are coming in there now as well. The way that he's willingly trading life for life here. All of a sudden, the villagers have to cut and run. And behind this, still no extra farms coming in. What a wild game. You know, a lot of people just have been saying recently Japan's one-dimensional. They just go Castle Age all the time. Watch this. Do this. There's more than one way to skin this Mongol. I definitely wasn't going to call him a wolf. That's for sure. I think there's only one wolf on this map. And his name is Neptune. Floating Gate now on the way with 20 villagers. He's done having his fun. You know, he's done the 3-course meal. He's pulled the napkin up. He's dabbing his mouth. It's time to pay the check and leave. I mean, this is a restaurant where I guess they pay you, right? It's secret diners. He's giving you his review. His meal's for free. Instead, the only one paying here is Louis MT. A very fat check comes in, requiring him to pay out 25 elo because Neptune is rising up. Japanese feudal all-in with owner Bugisha of all things. I've seen a few different builds, but this is one I've been waiting too long to see more of. Oh. I think Louis is going to call it now. I mean, he's down to 4 archers, 3 Keshiks, no tech up opportunity. The moment that the veterancy comes through is when you know wave the white flag. It's just crazy that he didn't run out of food. I don't think I've seen someone exploit the map more than this in a very long time. Like, I love the fact that Louis, like, he's got to come from the berries, right? Like, he's going to, like, he has to. He has to come here. Soon. Soon. No. I think he just settled for farms. He's still gathering deer from right next to your base. And that's it. GG called. Who needs Castle Age when you've got everything in Feudal?